Thank you for joining us. Bring us up to speed with how we got to this point and the big change that you all are announcing.
Certainly. So no, definitely not a quick turnaround here. This took years in the planning. So of course, working with scouts, working with our leadership, working with volunteers, determining what is the future of the Boy Scouts of America. So 114 years, that's how long Boy Scouts of America has been in existence, serving the youth, serving our communities. And we determined what is the future? What is our next century of work as an organization? And we quickly determined that Scouting America, that inclusivity, the ability to work with, we welcome everyone to the scouting family. And 2019 was a banner year for us. We welcomed young women and girls into scouting. They had actually already been in place there in our older group there, the venturing and exploring programs. But in 2019, we opened it up for all women. And in that 5 short years, we have over 180,000 girls in scouting, and over 6,000 of them are already Eagle Scouts. So to be able to say, please, there's so many great things as a youth organization that Scouting America can offer you. We wanted to make sure everyone felt there's a place for me in this organization.
Gordon, this begs the question because you said that the women had been in the organization for some time. Why did it take so long to get to this point? Because I know that the organization for a long time was under heavy criticism for lack of inclusivity and for some other controversial topics as well. Why did it take up to this point to get here? You said it's been several years in the making.
Oh, absolutely. No, I tell you, it's really the growth of the organization. Again, 114 years, you think about it, all the hard work that's come inside there. So as we looked at, how can we expand upon that? How can we make sure everyone feels like there's a place for me at Scouting? One, I can learn from others. I can learn leadership skills. I can learn additional skills. We always say camping is really and exploring outdoors. That's a big part of who Scouting America is. But there's already so other programs there. We've got a big focus on STEM. We have an aviation badge there. We've got a sea base in Florida that we work for folks who wanted to work in that field. There's so many opportunities there. It really is up to the imagination of the scouter to determine how this is going to best serve them.
I spoke to so many different troop leaders, people who have gone through, scouting, who are adults, leaders in their communities, leaders in their business, folks who were very upset for many years at the direction that the organization was going in because they were saying that they were bowing to the pressures of other folks in America that just wanted this organization to go away. How do you think this move, this rebranding, and this sort of redirection is going to help to save this organization from any sort of outside political pressure?
I tell you, anytime you go through a change like this one, of course, it's going to be for some people, it's hard. If you talk to the scouts that we have in the program right now, it's fantastic. They realize there's so much more they learn because everyone's involved from different points of view, from different religion. There's so many different ways that people learn in this program. And I tell you, looking at the people who realize, it's not scary. There's growth opportunities in every organization. And to be able to say we are fully inclusive, we welcome everyone who wants to work with us, who wants to expand their knowledge, who wants to grow. And I think like I said, charting that path for the next century, I think that's going to really open us up for new opportunities.
What do you say to folks who are still sort of traditionalists in their way of thinking, in thinking that they no longer want to support this organization because for them, in fact, it was a place for young boys, young men to become men specifically? What do you say to those folks?
I tell you, I think they should look at what the new future of Scouting America is. I think they should see. I mean, I understand. Like I said, when I was coming up, that was girls were not allowed in scouting, and I think that was a mistake at the time. That was a great This is a great opportunity. I talked to so many folks, young women who are now Eagle Scouts, who said, my first experience with scouting was my brother was a scout, my dad was a scout, my grandfather was a scout, and I've always wanted to do that. And a lot of times they were doing the work because they went to the meetings. They just couldn't participate fully because that wasn't allowed. But now that we can, we want everyone to know there is so much you can learn from leadership to future skills to camaraderie to different points of view that scouting is going to be able to expose you to. And I think even the older folks, the folks who might be a little bit more traditional, if they have the opportunity to speak with the scouts that we have today, they'll see that there is really this is the future.
Gordon, you speak about the inclusivity of girls, of women in scouting. How about other diverse groups? How could this sort of appeal to them? And I'm talking about other minorities or other groups that weren't traditionally represented within the original organization of Boy Scouts of America.
Fantastic question. You're absolutely right. However you identify your gender, that is not a term. That's not a matter to us. We don't. That is our concern is how to help you grow as an individual. How we can best serve you. So, like I said, when we say we welcome everyone, we mean it. So, how you define your gender, your sex? This is we really want more opportunities for people who may not have considered scouting as a possibility. They might be disadvantaged minorities. Please come talk with us. Let us, work very closely with see what's available to help you grow. Like I said, we're a lot of times Boy Scouts, we're defining what the future of leadership is. You think about we've had, the series of US presidents who were Boy Scouts, the astronauts, half of the astronauts that landed on the moon were Boy Scouts. And so we're a lot of times the future leaders that we see forward, hopefully they're going to learn some of the skills, those leadership skills that at Scouting America that's going to serve them for their lifetimes.
When you talk about inclusivity and diversity, and I know some of the issues that the organization has had in the past is the safety of Scout members, of Scouts, not Scout members, of Scouts. What all are you doing moving forward now that it's going to be a lot more inclusive, a lot more different sort of walks of life are going to be included into this organization? What are you all doing to ensure the safety of these diverse Scouts that you all are looking to recruit?
Yeah, safety is first and foremost our primary driving focus. We're actually partnered very closely with leadership organizations and safety and security divisions to determine what is the safety moving forward, what we can do to prevent all safety issues for our Scouts. Just recently partnered with DHS, Department of Homeland Security, to partner with their iProtect program, which is intended for online security. Also work very closely with our local law enforcement. We require criminal background checks for all of our leaders. We have training for all of our leaders as well. We require no leader to be alone with another Scout, what we refer to as too deep. We also require immediate notification to law enforcement if there's even the possibility of something like that. So trust me, this is a concern that has been a driving force of this organization, and our goal is to become the leader in that and to make sure everyone knows that when you come into scouting, you're going to be safe. You're as an individual or as a family.
Gordon, give me a 5-year picture. How is this going to all look, you hope, or you hope that it'll look in about 5 years? If you had that crystal ball in front of you, what does all this look like in a few years down the road?
Yeah, another great question. I tell you, so February 8th is the official date, but already just immediately you're going to start seeing those changes. Scouting America, it's going to change the way people think. Again, 100-year organization making a change like this one is always going to be tough. You think about Boy Scout, it's part of our natural vernacular. But as people start realizing that Scouting America, I may have never thought about it either because I was a transgender or I was a girl and it doesn't have a fit for me, but they're going to start realizing there is a place for me here. And a lot of times, that's really all you need is the ability to realize there are people out here looking out for my best interests who want to help me become a better person. So I think in the next 5 years, you're going to start seeing people who say, I might not have had an opportunity in another organization, or I didn't realize there were so many opportunities out there for me, and I feel welcome now. And it's because we're opening this up so that we say, really, scouting is for everyone, and we welcome you.
All right, Gordon Shettles, well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, sir.